Just before we get started, I'm gonna give you a little fun facts about myself and about Blushington. So I've been with the company for about 3 years now, which has been so much fun. We have 6 locations throughout the US. We've got some in LA, New York, and in Dallas, which is really cool. If you've never been to any of our storefronts, we hope you get to come and visit once everything is back and open. But since we are closed, we have now moved to a really cool online platform where we are hosting complimentary classes online. You can book group classes or you can book individual classes. The fun thing about that is you can book that on our website at blushington.com. You can choose from a variety of different topics, or you can customize your own, which I find really, really cool. So you can really make it personal. So before you really get started, if you could just make sure your mic's on mute and that your camera is off. And if you want to pin the video to make it big, you absolutely can. Basically, we're going to be concluding my 4-part series today. I've been lucky enough to be able to host classes for the month of November. Previously, we've covered a natural dewy makeup look, a bridal makeup look. We did a bedtime skincare routine. And then today, we're covering a really fun Frosty eye look, perfect for winter and holiday season coming up. Don't forget to check us out on blushington.com and stay tuned for all the other great complimentary classes we're hosting for December. My friend Lauren is going to be hosting, and she's a hoot and a fantastic, fantastic artist. So definitely check out our Facebook page to keep updated with all of the classes that are happening. So if we're all ready, because I know I am, I'm super excited. Let me just make this screen a little bit bigger. We will get started. So I already have a partial face on. I've got a tinted moisturizer. I have a mascara on, a little bit of blush, and a little bit of brow. But I'm gonna come back in and do more brows and talk about the eye. Okay, so I do have an eye primer on to hold everything in place today. And that is an eye primer by Jouer. This thing is fantastic. We also have a fantastic one by Anastasia Beverly Hills. That thing holds like nobody's business. So that's always a great thing. So I like to start, especially since we're doing a frosty eye, with some of the matte defining colors first. That way we can get everything kind of in place and outlined where we need it to be. I'm using these awesome Bdellium brushes today. This one is a 780. I'll turn it back this way. The real cute, real pink. This is tapered. I want to use a tapered one because I really want to define the crease of my eye and outline where I want that initial shadow to go. I'm going to be using cooler tones like silvers and a little bit of gray and like really light cool tone champagne color. So it's going to be really fun. First things first, I'm going to take this domed brush, and I've gone for a more cool tone gray color. I'm tapping off the excess. I already have primer on, so we can just go right in. I'm going to lightly define the crease on both sides. I want a really symmetrical look, so I like to jump from eye to eye. Perfect. I'm going to come back in with a little bit more color. Now I'm going to lightly wing this out on the outside corner of my eye because I want to elongate my eye. And I'm going to connect that outside corner wing to the top of where I initially put that crease color. I'm going to do that on both eyes. Wing it out just a little bit here, and then connect it to the crease. Also, I'm going to take some and put some into the lash line because it's going to act as part of our liner. And because of Black Friday, we have an awesome 40% off sale on the website, so definitely check it out. Now is the time to stock up on Christmas gifts and presents for yourself. This, moving on to a different brush, is a 785 brush. This is the fluffy blender brush. This thing is awesome. So basically, right where we put that initial gray shadow, I'm gonna come in and I just want this to be diffused. I don't want to blend it away, but I don't want to leave it harsh either. I like to do little circular motions, blending outward. Perfect. Just like that. And don't forget, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat box below. Definitely ask away. I will do my best to answer any questions I can. I just want to define the crease a little bit more since we have time to play around a little bit. Want the crease to stick out. Especially since we're going to be playing with shimmer, you can go a little bit deeper into the crease and make those colors pop because that shimmer is already going to diffuse it. So still by that lash line and out to the outside corner of the eye and into the crease. Outlining one more time, and then we'll get the shimmer on. Perfect. Coming back in with the blender brush, the 780, slightly blending the crease out to the outside corner. Perfect. I'm gonna also play with a really, really fun liquid eyeshadow today by Stila. You've got to see this. This thing is awesome. This is the Shimmer and Glow in shade Kitten. I'm gonna swatch it so you can see it and then kind of show you how to use it. Ooh, it's kind of hard. There we go. Really pretty. It goes on really sheer, or you can build it and give a lot of color. I like to use my hand for this, and it looks really, really nice. Because then you can also diffuse it with your eyeshadow brush, and it gives this really pretty sheer wash. So sticking with the blender brush that we were using before, I'm going to take my ring finger. I'm just going to place this on the inside corner of the eyelid and into the center of the eye. Really lightly, and we're going to quickly work because this stuff dries really fast. I'm going to put it on and just quickly buff it away from the inside corner into that gray. So you want a really sheer wash for now. Now onto the other eye. For the rest of it dries, just pressing and quickly buff it away. We're just mainly wanting to keep this on the lid. Perfect. Now we can come back in for a second layer if necessary. I think this first one needs a little bit more. And then quickly buffing out. Same on the other side. These liquid shadows come in about 4 or 5 different shades, super pretty. These are great long wearing shadows. They don't crease. I use these on a lot of my brides, but also for like holiday and winter season. These are great because they don't go anywhere, even in the summer too. These are like great for every day, all year round. Awesome. Now I want to take this up a step. So I'm going to get a more silvery shimmer, and this is not a liquid. It's just like a regular silver shimmer. Something like that. I'm going to place it on the outside corner where we initially did the gray and just kind of blend this liquid shadow into the silver shimmer. Coming back in with this trusty blender brush, blending those 3 shades together. Going back in once again for more silver shimmer. I will be putting more of eyeshadow on for camera so you can see it better. One second. There we go. Now doing the other eye, staying on the outside, overlapping with the matte gray that we originally did. I'm just blending these 3 colors together. This is the 780 brush from Bedelium. Any fluffy brush will work if you're looking for a new one. It's a little great brush set that comes online together. It's awesome. The brushes are really high quality. They don't fall apart when you wash them. They last a really long time. Perfect. Still blending those shades together. Awesome. Then I'm going to come back in with this definer brush. It's more dense. I want to pick up that darker gray just to define the lash line one more time before we get some liner. Now taking that same gray shadow, we're gonna define the under lash line. We call this a drop shadow. That way I'm not using a harsh liner. It doesn't look like it's too much, but I still have something underneath defining my eye. I just kind of like to look up and just run it across and connect it to the outside corner of the eye, going up. We want to lift the face always. Because this is like fun holiday, you can definitely go to town with whatever shimmer or shadow that you want to use. So if you don't want to underline your entire bottom lash line, you don't have to. You can go halfway, you can go a fourth of the way. For today, I'm gonna go all the way across, which is unusual for me, but I figured, hey, why not? It's holiday season time, so let's have fun. Just bringing that back into the crease. Awesome. Back in with a fluffy brush, just kind of blending that out. Make sure no fallout has been dropped. Going in for a little bit more shimmer because you can't have enough. There we go. Awesome. Now I want to use a little bit of eyeliner. I'm not going to go crazy. It is a black smudge pot. Let's see where I put that. This is by Stila as well. Super, super great. I'm going to be using a pointy brush to apply this. You can use an eyeliner brush if you want. You could use a regular eyeliner, whatever is more comfortable for you. For today, though, I want it to be a little bit smudgy. So I'm taking, this is a 710 brush. It's a really fine point, so I have a lot of control. And then I'm going to be taking this brush, the more dense one, to smudge it out. I'm just going to kind of take the back of this and I'm going to place it on the back of my hand and just pick up very little product. I'm mainly using the liner to define my lash line, so when we put lashes on, it looks a lot thicker. Perfect, and I'm gonna get up close and I'm basically gonna be drawing in between my lashes and then putting this a little bit into the waterline. So I'm going straight on and just kind of poking in between all the lashes, lightly running across the base of the lash line. Anytime I bring eyeliner to this inner corner, I keep it as thin as possible. So just lightly sweeping it across. I might flick it out at the very end just for a little bit of like a baby wing. But I don't want the focus to be the liner. So I want it really diffused and really soft. Coming back in a little bit more on the other side. This is a little bit messier way to do it, but it tends to stay on pretty well. So this stuff is hard to get off, which is a good thing. And I always recommend taking off your makeup at night. You have great removers, so definitely if you're in the market for that, look for the Bioderma. That stuff takes off everything. So in between all those little lashes, you want a really thick lash line. A naturally thick lash line. Just kind of dragging it across lightly and poking in between those lashes. Don't get yourself in the eye, even though it doesn't really hurt because it's a little brush. Definitely if you're doing this at home, I would say use a mirror and just look down and kind of trace your lash line. Perfect. Then I'm gonna take a little bit more and I'm gonna get a mirror for this because I wanna be able to see it really close up. Let me find my little mirror. I'm gonna use this little blush mirror. This is one of the blushes I'm wearing today. This is the Lilium by Stila and it's a cream blush, super fresh, super dewy, really natural. I'm gonna take this eyeliner and I'm gonna stamp it underneath my top waterline to give a thicker lash. I just like to keep my eyes really open and I'm literally pressing using the side of the brush right underneath and rolling it into the base of my lashes. Also gonna do the other side. That's already made the right side of my eye a little bit thicker. We won't have to do a lot more mascara. Perfect. Doing the left side too. Slightly rolling and stamping. I'm going all the way to that inner corner too. You want to elongate the eye, so going from very inner corner all the way out. Perfect. While I'm letting that dry, we're going to move on to eyebrows, and then I'll show you how to put on lashes as well. So for eyebrows today, I am using the Kevin Aucoin Precision Brow Pencil, and this is the shade Dark Brunette. This has a spoolie on the end, and it has a really, really fine little point, so you can get that really fine detail work. I'm also going to use this to get a little bit closer. I always start with brushing up the brows in the front and going all the way across, brushing up those hairs in the front and in the back, and then brushing them down so I can see where I need to fill in any sparse areas. I like to start with the tails of my eyebrows just to give fullness, and I do quick little hair-like strokes, just really quick, placing it anywhere I need just a little extra help. Once I get that color on, I like to then brush it all together so it's really cohesive. Same on the other side. I have some gaps up in here, so I like to make it a little bit fuller. Brushing through, and then I like to underline the brow to give it a strong arch. So I always start from the middle of the brow and I go forward, and then I come back to the middle and do the tail. Lightly, I lift my chin so I can get that line of sight really clear, and just lightly drag the pencil all the way across underneath. At first, I do want to see that line, so then once I brush up that color, it blends into the brow. A little of this color goes a long way. The pencil's kind of soft, so it really helps with the application. Perfect. Now I'm going to use a brow gel to keep the brows in place. This is one of my favorite brow gels. I feel like it just works super well. This is by Tanya Crooks. This is the Brow Gal in Clear. So same as before, brushing the front up and even brushing the backs of the tails up as well into that color because we want to create that lift. Brows at the frame of the face. I know it's hard to try to get them both symmetrical. They're not meant to be symmetrical, so do what you can. Awesome. Perfect. And now would be the time to put on just a light coat of mascara. I don't like to curl my lashes before I put false ones on because mine get really curled and it's hard to get that lash line to sit. So I've already used the Stila mascara today, and I've done a really, really light coat just to give me a base. And then we're going to use it again once we get those lashes on. So let me find, I'm using the Tweezerman tweezers. These are great. It's my all-time favorite tweezer. I'll never go back to anything else. And today we're going to be using a latex-free glue, and this is black. This stays on so well, and it's adhesive, if you can see that. It has a little fine brush where you can paint the glue on. And that's by Duo Glue. So I'm going to take the lashes. I'm using Ardell lashes today, and these are the foam mink ones. So I'm going to take the left one first. And I just like to make sure they're nice and clean since these are reusable. I like to bend the band. That's hard to see. Back and forth, so it already has a natural curve to it. Then I like to make sure they fit my eye. These have already been measured to my eyes already, but I would show you what I mean. I like to keep my eyes looking down, come above, pretend that there's glue on there, make sure that the outside corner and then all the way to the inner corner, the length is right. So when I blink and have that glue on, that inner corner is not poking or scratching because that's really uncomfortable. And so if you've never applied lashes before, I would say get a little magnifying mirror so you can get really up close because you want to keep your eyes open and look down. So I'm going to go ahead and put this glue on since these fit. Just going to take some on my hand. If you have glue at home, you don't have to put it on your hand. This is just out of habit. You can just paint it right onto the lash. This glue dries really fast. and doesn't take so long to get tacky as it would a non-latex or a latex glue itself. So this you do need to work quite quickly. Gonna load it up pretty good. And as that's slightly getting tacky, I'm gonna get my little compact mirror so I can get up close. I like to keep my eyes open and look down, and with tweezers or your fingers, if you feel more comfortable that way, I'm gonna lift my chin, eyes down, and I want to anchor this in the center of my eye, right at my lash line. So I want this band to be touching the lash line of my eye. Stabilize yourself however you need to. If that means putting your elbow on the table or on the counter, you can. Coming up above, just kind of sitting it across. Once that's anchored, you can pull it down from the outer corner or the inner corner. And then the other side. And then I'm holding that tweezer there for the inner corner to stay anchored. Be careful not to poke yourself in the eye. If you need to use your finger for this part, you can. I always struggle the first inner corner. Here we go. I like to let that get a little bit dry before I start pinching it on. Perfect. And lashes just elevate the look. You can definitely forego, but I feel like it just brings some zhuzh. And it's fun to wear lashes every once in a while. Perfect. Just running that through. Don't forget to shop the website, 40% off. I actually have stuff in my cart and I can't wait to buy it later. Perfect, that's just getting tacky. Taking my little compact mirror and grabbing that lash in the center with my tweezers. This is always a little bit awkward coming to the right side of the eye. Sorry, my hand will probably be in the way, but just let me get that anchored. I feel like this part, you always look a little bit crazy. Perfect, that's being anchored there. Just really gently across. Yes, this lash glue is black, like very black. It looks like a really shiny eyeliner. So actually, if you want to forego eyeliner, sometimes you can because this is a black glue. So, or if you do wear black eyeliner, this is going to blend in really well. One tip I will say, it is a little difficult to get off if you do smudge it in certain areas. My pro tip is that once you have a little dot somewhere, like sometimes I'll get it on my eyebrow, let it dry completely. Use a Q-tip and a moisturizer and just lightly work that little spot away because you can always come back and touch up. But once this is dry, they are not coming off. Perfect, just making sure these inner corners are attached. Lovely. And then a second coat of mascara is totally optional. Oh, that inner corner is popping off. I don't think I need it today, so I'm gonna forego that. I'm just gonna use the end of my tweezer and press these inner corners down one more time. Perfect. I'm just gonna do a once over with a bigger mirror to make sure I haven't missed any spots. Making sure I've got enough shimmer where I need the shimmer. Lashes always go on last because you don't want that shimmer falling on top of your lashes. Perfect. Great. That is my look for today. You can do any combination of this look, but this is kind of my silver tone, shimmery holiday eye. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Definitely check out everything through our shops on the website. If you haven't looked at our website before, check it out. We have some fun newness on there. Fantastic eyeshadows, fantastic liners, everything you need for holiday gifts, especially for friends and family, and for yourself, honestly.
It's so dazzling.
You like it?
I love it.
Oh, thanks. Well, thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it, guys. Here is this. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. It was lovely hosting and being able to see different people from all across the country. So definitely tune in and watch my friend Lauren in December. She's so fun, great personality, and is a fantastic, fantastic artist. So definitely pop on and watch. And we hope to see you again for other complimentary classes. Have a good night, guys. See you later.
Happy holidays.
Holidays.